Hey everybody, this is Coach Jack coming to you live on location in Cincinnati, Ohio. I wanted to take some time out during my trip today to talk to you all because I've been thinking a lot about courage. This all started because I've seen a lot of conversations in the trans community, and some of you may have as well, that there's a debate going on about courage right now. A lot of people say that being transgender and transitioning takes a lot of courage, and other people feel that that's offensive and that they're just trying to live their lives. And while I can understand that point of view, somehow it just didn't sit right with me. So I thought I'd talk to you guys about that a little bit. And the first thing that I want to tell you is whether you're considering gender transition because you're transgender, or you're talking, or you're considering some kind of other transition in your life, some other transformation. Maybe you're trying to change some bad habits. Maybe you recently become sober and you're trying to do better in your life, or maybe you're trying to change careers, overcome depression, whatever the case may be. This still applies to you because transformation is transformation, and gender transition, in my opinion, is only one kind of transition, and it applies to people who are transgender, but it's not the only kind of life challenge that people face that requires serious commitment to change. Now, that being said, what I want to say is this: a lot of times we forget how courageous we are. I know that I've done that. I know that for the past 5 years while I've been working as a freelance writer, I've sort of had this vague, uneasy feeling like, how come I can't just have a regular job like everyone else? How come I can't just have a 9 to 5 and a traditional life and be what most people are? And I thought it was because there was something wrong with me. And recently, I realized I was looking at it backwards. And it wasn't that there was something wrong with me, it was that there was something right with me. And the thing that was right with me is that I knew without a doubt what kind of career I wanted to have, what kind of lifestyle I wanted to have, and even though it wasn't what everyone else does, even though it was in some ways difficult for other people who cared about me to understand, and even though it might not seem like much of a courageous choice at the outset, it took a lot of guts to do what I did, to decide that I wasn't going to try to fit into the traditional work system that didn't work for me, that I was going to try to do what I wanted to do and have more of the kind of life I wanted to have. And I think that's what the definition of courage is. I think that whenever you're faced with a dilemma, there is always a choice. And now I've heard a lot in the transgender community about how, well, being transgender isn't a choice, it's transition or die. And I know how that feels because before I chose to transition, I was very depressed. I was quasi suicidal. And I know the pain that people feel when they're faced with that kind of decision, but that doesn't negate the fact that there is a choice. If the choice is transition or die and you're choosing life, that still takes courage. Because think about this: the suicide rates are very, very high in the transgender community, and so many people feel like they can't go on, they can't do this. And for you to have decided that you are doing this, that does take courage, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you may be moving through a lot of fear, and you may be moving through a lot of pain, and you may have to confront people who you love telling you that they can't love the you that you are. You may have to be alone for a while. All that does take courage. And while we shouldn't be put in this position where such a thing takes courage, it's important not to discount it when we act with courage. And that goes the same for the rest of you who are dealing with other kinds of transitions in your life. Anytime you stop and you say, I've had it, I can't live like this, and you decide to do something different, that is what I call ordinary heroism. And I know that for a lot of us, we think heroes are these people who are up on pedestals, who are doing these amazing things, who are doing things that are much bigger and much more impact than what we think we have. But I want you to know that if you are choosing to live today, if you are choosing to take even one step in the direction of your more authentic self, if you are choosing to put what you know in your heart and your soul above what everyone else thinks, if you are willing to stand alone, if you are willing to put up with people thinking all sorts of things about you and just holding on to who you know to yourself to be, And if you are willing to put your truth and your life and what you need above everyone else in the world, you are a hero. And you do not know how what you're doing will ripple outwards. You don't know what lives you're going to affect, and you don't know the impact that you're having not only on your own life, but on the life of your loved ones and on the lives of people that you may not even know. So, the core message for today is every one of us is a hero, and I just want you to ask yourself, what am I going to do today? What act of ordinary heroism can I engage in? Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. This is Coach Jack, the coach of the action approach, reminding you that no matter what the question is, love is the answer. Let love guide you to a better tomorrow. Bye now.